hear some bowls in the background. That's because there's a vibrational sound massage going on in our studio today. But I thought, you know what? It's nice to hear those tones behind. Today I'd like to talk to you about pyramid pose. You might also know it as side stretch pose. And there's several options that we'll explore. You would be facing the short edge of your mat. And again, depending on your limb length, depends on how far apart the feet are. Let's start with a guesstimate of about 3 to 3.5 feet. So you'll take that wide stance. I'm going to take my front foot and turn out my big toe, just the width of my toe. And then I'll do the same thing with my heel in the back. I'll turn it in towards my foot. Okay, I'm going to take and square my hips up, and we really want to think about this coming from the hip joint. Now in the front foot, it's common to roll out to the pinky side of the foot, so I really want you to think about keeping weight across the entire ball of foot, specifically into the big toe. Same thing in the back. We don't want to roll out to the pinky side, we want to pull it in. And then as you begin to hinge forward, it's going to come from the hip. So you want to keep the back as straight as possible. Now for some, we need to bring the floor up. So I don't want you to compromise the spine and grounding. So I have 2 blocks here where I've just lifted the floor up for me. And you can hold it here. Still getting the legs are active, right? The belly's engaged. The head is reaching out nice and long. I want to give you another option because we are more and more on our devices and I'm seeing a lot of tight forearms and wrists. So if we make the prayer hands or namaste hands, we're getting a wrist stretch. Now I want to start to open up the chest. So this is kind of difficult to do. You'll roll your shoulder blade up and together, and the pinkies come together on top of the spine. So you're pressing them together. So you can see my shoulder blades are squeezing, my pinkies are against my spine, and I'm drawing the hands towards one another. So I'm going to find my very best base and then start to round forward, allowing the head to come all the way down. As far as your flexibility will be. So you can see I could start to really round my back there. So I'm just going to lift it up just a little bit more. And eventually you may one day find that your nose touches your shin. A lot going on here, opening the chest, keeping an active bottom and center. Have fun exploring pyramid pose.